What up, Dokkanners? Welcome back to Toonami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Dokkan Now Volume 4 is tomorrow, people. The special program, Dokkan Now Volume 4, will be released on Dokkan Battle's official social media pages. Don't miss out on the latest information Dokkan Battle Producers Show will be bringing you. Go to more links section, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so in 1.5 days, we are getting the video. And this is gonna be hilarious because Global is still kind of messed up. You can't use items, you still can't do select events, aka most events, and yeah, there is no indication of that changing anytime soon. So the question is, what is to be expected for tomorrow? Now, this is not a stream, this is an actual video. So this has already been pre-recorded. And the fact that they're going through with all of this, like when did they post this? They posted this on the 12th. Oh yeah, I had a nice little meme for this. JP flying in smoothly for the landing, and then of course Global. So anyway, this was posted on the 12th, which tells me that they've already had the video done for a little while, and I don't think they're going to be addressing what's going on with Dokkan in the video. If anything, if they decide to do anything regarding the global issues, that will have to be a separate video that they just kind of tag on somewhere in there. Maybe they recorded it an hour before the video drops or something like that. But as far as the core essence of what they're going to be doing, it's going to have nothing to do with what's going on in Global. I can pretty much guarantee that, in my opinion. Because this is a joint celebration between Global and JP, so they can't exactly stop what they're doing with JP to accommodate whatever's going on with Global. Because JP is their primary game, not in terms of priority, but in terms of that was the game that came first. They don't want to screw up that timeline just to fix our timeline. So I don't foresee any sort of acknowledgement of the issue. Hopefully it's resolved by then. Maybe they were waiting until tomorrow to fix it. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of the situation. So I will be doing a reaction to this video. I expect to see a lot of angry fans in the chat. Kindly refrain from getting too upset. Let's try to just focus on the fact that Dokkan is getting something new for Saiyan Day, and let's not take out all our anger on my stream because I'm just the messenger. All right, don't take it out on me. Now, what is going to be coming up for Saiyan Day? Well, this is the code. This is the thing that everyone's been talking about. So I seriously, part of the French connection. I don't know how it's the data mining squad over there that are pretty much on top of this stuff. He dropped a code. I think he was just having a bit of a power trip or having just fun with all of this, but he dropped a code. I had no interest in figuring out what it was. I don't think most people did. And Carrie decided to translate for us. It's Broly. That's pretty much it. Each letter 3 steps back. So if he's Broly, well, the question is, what kind of Broly? So I know a lot of other people have already done speculation videos on this, but I just didn't want to talk about it just yet because I had other things on my mind. So what is the next Broly? Well, if we look simply at the disambiguation of the Broly, we see a nice little spread of where all of the Brolys lie throughout Dokkan. So obviously we can rule out a few possibilities. It's definitely not going to be Super Saiyan 4. It's not going to be Super Saiyan 3. It's not going to be... Actually, it could be... Well, no, because Bio Broly is not a pure Saiyan. So it's not going to be Bio Broly. As much as I would love to see a Bio Broly, this is going to happen separately on JP, and then eventually Global will get it. But Bio Broly will happen eventually, just not on Saiyan Day. So pretty much all we've got are really old, archaic, legendary Super Saiyan Brolys. And then we've got one good Dragon Ball Super Broly. And then we've also got the Second Coming Brolys. So what I would personally want to see, we talked about this on the 5-9 Dokkan podcast. I actually want to see this. The problem with this, though, is that he's named Super Saiyan Broly, and he's not exactly gonna be sticking out of the pack, because if he were to drop as a TUR, as a Dokkan Fest or something, more marquee, he's gonna have to compete with the likes of the LR Super Saiyan Broly and the Dragon Ball Super Broly Super Saiyan. Both very, very good. Both probably ones you'd prefer to use over this guy. So the likelihood that he's gonna get some sort of love during this celebration is probably minimal. I think what they want to be focusing on is something in the Dragon Ball Z space, but it's not exactly at this level. And I don't think a lot of people particularly care about this. I think he's visually very cool because this is a very unique look for a Super Saiyan. The fact that his hair goes from black to purplish. I think that's more based on the stylistic choice of the film when they were drawing and animating all the characters. It was kind of a trope in those movies for the Saiyan's hair color to be primarily black with like a blue shine. So when there's light directly emanating from it or on it, you can see more of that blue side of things. So I don't know if they're really going to focus on this. That would have been cool. But that would be basically what I would want. That one, and I would also want a Bio Broly, but Bio Broly's not going to happen because it's not a pure Saiyan. I mean, does it have to be a pure Saiyan though? I guess it wouldn't, you know? I'm not going to rule this out, actually. It's not outside of the realm of possibility for them to make a Bio Broly unit. I'm actually going to say that this is possible. It's likely, probably not, but it's possible. Just because it's Saiyan Day doesn't mean the unit has to be a pure Saiyan. It just has to be related to Saiyan stuff, in my opinion. So I feel like actually Bio Broly is in play. Whether or not it happens is, you know, whatever. But honestly, if we're looking at Z Broly, and it's not going to be the regular Super Saiyan, I would actually want it to be the Legendary Super Saiyan. This is not a hot take. Everyone's been talking about this. I want a Legendary Super Saiyan, but the difference here is that I want a Legendary Super Saiyan that doesn't focus on attacking all, and also has a respectable defensive game. Because every single Legendary Super Saiyan here is just a pure liability defensively. So let's start with this guy. This is the LR Super Saiyan. And this guy just loses defense. And it's also terrible because it's a flat boost. So he's awful. Except for the World Tournament, this guy is complete garbage. You would never want to use this guy over... Honestly, I would rather use him. Because this Broly, at least with his EZA, gains attack and defense plus 80%. So he has some defense when attacking, which is good. Better than nothing. And then the physical one, I actually do really, really like this one because with his EZA, he stacks twice every single turn, which is good. But it's also a pretty archaic unit that's just old and is in dire need of some sort of a boost, some sort of a second wind. So this was kind of along the right direction where I wanted the unit to go, because it also kind of speaks to the unit, the character of Broly, the Dragon Ball Z Broly. When he went off the deep end, he only got scarier because he was just getting more and more wrathful, I guess, pardon the pun. But I like this unit because it was just an ever-expanding, raging monster, right? I want them to do this, but I want it to be with a crazier starting point. This guy is starting with an attack and defense plus 80%, with ki plus 8. And then after that, you're just raising attack and defense from there. I want to have some unit that is starting out with like a respectable Dokkan Fest level stat line, like a 140, 150%. Attack and defense or something like that. And then they can do some stacking, or they can do some AoE. Or you know what? Why not both? Why not make it something where he raises attack and defense, causes premium damage to all enemies, and also gets stronger in the process? I think that this is the perfect opportunity for them to go nuts with a solid Broly. Because there really is no Broly that can do that. This unit, I mean, you know, probably the closest thing to a really complete Broly would be the movie boss Full Power one from the Dragon Ball Super movie, because at his regular form, he attacks everybody, and then when he transforms, he focuses on one and does a lot of damage. Again, defense is a tad of an issue here because, I mean, he's got better defense here, but it's still not enough. He's a pretty bad defensive unit. But this is kind of along the lines of what we want, right? He's very, very strong, very, very focused on what he's trying to do, but his defense just doesn't work. And Broly deserves more respect than a 120% defense, I think. In my opinion. So, yeah, I want a Dragon Ball Super... I mean, not Dragon Ball Super. I want a Dragon Ball Z Broly. If it's not going to be the Limit Super Saiyan, which is my little nickname for it, it's not going to be, because it's classified as a Super Saiyan, then I want it to be a Legendary Super Saiyan. And the running theory is that it's going to... If it's going to have some sort of a revival or exchange or something... I wouldn't say it's the lead theory, but this is my favorite, is the one by Goresh, where he would exchange from a Paragus where he crushes Paragus. I would love to see a crushed Paragus exchange. I think that would be hilarious. Oh, wait, what? Oh, this is, you can't see the disambiguation for Paragus. Okay, let me go here and pull up. Yeah, this guy. So maybe this guy can exchange. So if you have a Broly and a Paragus, you can have some sort of an exchange mechanic where Paragus gets crushed by the pod, and then Broly chucks the pod into space or whatever. There's a funny joke we mentioned. You have to have a Paragus on your team, you have to have a Broly on your team, and when you perform the active skill, you lose the Paragus, so you're missing one unit on your team, which is actually kind of neat, because then if you think about it, it makes your rotations more focused, right? Because normally when you have 2-2, your primary 2 units on one rotation, your primary 2 on the other ones, you have 3 floaters. Now what would end up happening is you would have your third or your flex unit be one guy, and then your third and flex unit on the other rotation be another guy, and that would be it. There would be no more rotations, so you would basically lock your rotations in. I think it would make for a very interesting dynamic, because you would now no longer have the option to shift your units around. So if you're going to use the exchange mechanic for the Broly, you definitely have to be certain about your rotations. You don't want to be moving anybody around. You can't, and that would, I think, be really, really neat. I would love to see that. I don't know from a design standpoint how that would work, but yeah. So that's pretty much it. I know a lot of this stuff has been repeated by a lot of people. Again, I didn't want to talk about this right away. I had some other things I wanted to talk about. But the Broly is all but confirmed, according to iSeriously, and it's going to be dropping tomorrow night. We'll be getting in the announcement from this Dokkan Now special. I will be doing a live stream, so make sure you guys are tuned in, and we watch and find out what happens together. Please don't hate me. Just, you know, try to keep the salt to a minimum. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what are you most excited for? Are you excited for the Broly? Do you care? Are you going to be extremely salty during this presentation? Do you think it's going to address what's going on with Global, or what? What do you think is happening? Because this is going to be a very, very fun-filled event. I can tell you that. A lot of people are going to be voicing their opinions during this premiere, and it's going to be hilarious. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future, and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks a lot. Stay tuned. And always remember to Kakarot responsibly. Kakarot!